This is episode 3 in my 2026 Summer Headspace series. This is a chance to revisit episodes from the previous school year during the summer months when you may have a little extra time. Beginning on August 31st, you will see new episodes with exciting new topics every Monday. Today, we're going to take a look back at ACTFL. So at ACTFL, I had an opportunity to connect with lots and lots of teachers, and so on this episode, you will hear their voices. So let's jump in. Whether you're planning your first lesson or celebrating your 20th year in the language classroom, I understand exactly where you are. I'm Joshua Cabral, and I'm also a language teacher in my 29th year of teaching. Now, I also have the opportunity to support schools and teachers all across the country who are working towards increasing proficiency and building confidence in their students. This is the World Language Classroom Podcast, with over 200 episodes of practical strategies tested in real classrooms just like yours and mine. So let's jump in. Vamos, allons-y. Hello, my friends. Bonjour, mes amis. Hola, mis amigos. Welcome to the World Language Classroom Podcast. I am Joshua Cabral, and I thank you so much for spending time with me here on the podcast. This is summer. You're in your summer headspace, and you're still taking the time to be reflective about your teaching. So that's one of the many things that I know that you are doing that makes you an incredible educator. So thank you so very much for doing that. So our revisit on this episode is all about ACTFL. And this was in episode 225. So this was ACTFL 2025, where languages and cultures connect. So I was invited by CLET World Languages to join them in their booth in the exhibit hall and to record podcast episodes right there. I always appreciate that opportunity. They're a great company. And so I got to hear from teachers about their personal experiences, about their collaborations and their takeaways from ACTFL 2025 in New Orleans. And so I broke it down into a couple of different themes so that you can hear from different teachers. The first one that I spoke to was Nathan Campbell, who is the ACTFL Teacher of the Year. And just the day before, he had been named the Teacher of the Year. So it was hot off the presses. So I was happy to have him join me for a soundbite to put onto the podcast. And then we looked at the idea of navigating the many options that come up when you're at ACTFL. There are so many different workshops and sessions. And then some teachers shared about the ideas that they were hearing and that they were taking away. Then we looked at the idea of representation. That was a theme that came up a lot in many of the different workshops and sessions that you could go to. Then we looked specifically at elementary teaching, and some teachers shared about what they were learning about elementary teaching and how they can bring those ideas back to their classrooms and the many different sessions they had gone to. And then we talked about making connections. So outside of the workshops and sessions, there's so many opportunities to connect with teachers from all over the country and all over the world. And then we end talking about inspiration and invigoration and going to conferences and to a conference particularly such as ACTFL, where there's just so many inspiring moments and really invigorating your teaching. And so if you were at ACTFL, this is a great opportunity to revisit, what it was like. And if you weren't there, this is a great episode to listen to because you can get all of the takeaways and get the feeling of being there and the hustle bustle of the experience, as well as some really great takeaways from the teachers that were there. So in the show notes, you will see the link to episode 225 that I recorded right there at ACTFL, so you can just listen to it right there. And if you're looking for a little summer PD, be sure to check out my Ready for Tomorrow Quick Win courses. Each one is only about 30 minutes, and you'll get repeatable frameworks you can use right away in your classroom. There are 15 topics available, and you can see all of them at wlclassroom.com/quickwin, or the link is also right there in the show notes for you. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you for listening. Be sure to follow or subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. And let's stay connected on social media. You can find me at WL Classroom pretty much everywhere. You'll also find lots of ideas, suggestions, and resources on my website, wlclassroom.com. Now stay curious, keep learning, and continue the great work you do inspiring and supporting your students.